adventure racing has shaped me who I am in a way. A sport that brings mountain biking, paddling, and trekking through the woods all in one event. It's something that you do as a team, so that bond that you have to have going into a race should be established, and you have a lot of fun with them, but also go through quite a bit of hardship and challenges and pain and different experiences throughout the entire event. This is my 11th wilderness traverse. I've DNF'd a few. I've learned a lot through each event. It's going to be very mentally challenging this year, I think, because unfortunately in the past 3 months my wife tragically passed away. I'll be thinking about her, but also thinking about what this means for my kids, showing them that even though hardship can take place and a tragedy can occur, doing this not just for myself, but for them as well, to be able to overcome that hardship. Particular stages during a race is similar to how my day-to-day life is now without Caroline who passed away. There's sections of a course that might be 5 kilometers in distance, but the way I look at navigating those sections is I break them down into 100, 200 meter intervals, and you do the best you can, as efficiently as you can, as quickly as you can. Over those 100, 200 meters, do 100 meters 50 times really well, you achieve that goal of accomplishing that 5K distance. And you repeat that over the multiple hours that this event does, and you really hopefully come out with a great experience and overcome any challenges.
Early in the morning hours of race day, some 60 teams arrive in the quaint hamlet of Dorset, Ontario, and begin preparing everything they'll need to survive and overcome the next 24 to 30 hours spent pushing through the rugged Canadian wilderness. A wilderness traverse course can span anywhere from 135 to 180 kilometers. And the grand prize for this feat of endurance and perseverance is an oversized wooden beaver. Simple, yet highly coveted, and fitting for a race that has some teeth.
When you look at the maps in a few minutes, don't be overwhelmed. It's a long race. You have teammates, rely on each other, communicate. You're feeling like shit, that's okay. All right, there's gonna be a lot of hard times going through the next 30 hours. But the important thing is you have each other, rely on that. When you leave here today, I just have one ask. Give someone a call who you haven't spoken to in a while. Friend, family, coworker, doesn't matter. Tell them what you did. All right, talk to everyone. Let them know how much fun you had, what you went through, what your accomplishment was, what your experience was like. Thanks very much, and have a good one out there.
Okay, those are the maps. We can now do our job.
The course changes yearly and is kept a tightly guarded secret until just a few hours before start. Teams are only told the length and order of each leg to best prepare their gear and supplies. But the race truly kicks off once the course maps are distributed. The 2023 course featured 3 disciplines spread out over 7 legs, which must be completed in under 30 hours. The race begins with a fast-paced prologue trek. The next stage is a 34-kilometer paddle and portage. Teams then swap their paddles for running shoes and trek for 20 kilometers through the bush and trail. Teams that make it this far will begin a 51-kilometer mountain bike leg in the early hours of the night. The bike will be interrupted by a short but difficult 7-kilometer Bushwhack Trek, followed by a short 7-kilometer bike to the last transition area, where they will begin the final push to the finish line.
We have not finished, so this is the year.
We're gonna blow our time estimates out of the water.
It's my first time, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants.
We're going that way. Collectively, we'll figure it out.
It's dry, it's sunny, we have a full moon tonight, so everything is in our favor, so there really should be no excuses.
That's right.
Yeah, it might take us until 3:59, but we're gonna go for it.
It's mixed for me. It's big, I'd say probably the biggest WT for me as far as, keeping it all together, and I think I'm going to be nicely distracted with the maps and doing the numbers right and getting the team to the most efficient finish.
I'm here for you, buddy, and let's get full course done and get to the finish and keep it safe.
Yeah, we'll just work as a team to get to the finish line, do everything we can.
We're gonna go 1 minute to start. We'll go 1 minute.
With the paddle now well underway, teams would begin to head deep into the backcountry. The pre-race nerves are now swapped for mental focus, clarity, and consistency as racers begin to settle into the pacing of the long race that lay ahead.
Another 4.5 to go. Ish. Like a little lake and it's good workout. Straight ahead. See it? Yellow? Yeah, got it. Good. Expected. You can go left. Left, yeah. Go hard in. Go left of the blue.
Ouch, 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 ouch. I hope we didn't puncture anything. What's the distance? 500 meters?
Yeah, a little longer than this last one.
Okay.
Okay, good. It's all yours.
Are we in first?
I found you.
Yeah, finish line! We're here! Woohoo!
It's a beautiful day to be in the wilderness and traverse it.
Long ways to go.
It's gonna be our first real try at it in a different climate. So we're from Saskatchewan, so we're used to flatter ground there. We're gonna try her out right now.
Up we go. Oh, some people are gonna have some issues going up there.
You guys are doing awesome, by the way.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Do you want me to take anything, Phil? Nope. Yeah, you can take.
I don't know what kind of feelings and where my headspace will be. It might not take until 2 a.m. in the morning to feel a certain way. I think we might be paddling along in the first hour or two, and I might see a beautiful shoreline with the fall colors and everything, and I think we're fortunate to experience beautiful places and amazing sort of scenes and scenery and colors and everything. Sort of, it's hard to know that her life has passed and she can't witness what kind of experiences we can have now. So it's going to be challenging at times, but I think there's the extra motivation to push through, not just for my teammates, but also for myself. yourself and listen to your body. And when you need to slow it down or dial it back a little bit to recover, you do that, and then that's how you can sort of push through for the next few hours. And then, so it's in those waves of activity that you have to sort of manage those emotions and those feelings, and it's sort of how it is on a day-to-day life basis.
I want to keep going. No, I'm done paddling for today.
Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah, glad to be off of it, but it was nice. Portages weren't crazy. It was, yeah, it was good. It's a nice length because now we're done it. No more paddling.
Oh, it's done.
Phil, can you carry this one?
No, I'm done. Done carrying that thing. I never carried it once. So I'm done. Keep her going, boys.
Color's beautiful.
Yeah, colors are beautiful. Trails are great.
Nice and easy.
We're glad we're done.
3 a.m. we might be wishing we were in the water again.
I like the track. Yeah, just packing up the stuff here. All the goodies.
Make sure we didn't leave anything. Yeah, they went this way and then they went the other way, right?
You got
everything?
People do.
As teams swap their paddles for running shoes, they head out on a lengthy trek through rolling uplands. A mix of trail and bushwhacking will lead racers to several remote checkpoints, where precise navigation and route finding skills will be required to move as fast and efficiently as possible.
Woo! Coming in hot!
So we're okay. So we just cut that. They're trekking 35 to 40K through the bush, so some of it's on trail, a lot of it's just straight bushwhacking. The Ontario backcountry, it's really one of the hardest places in the world to navigate cross country, just because there's hills, but they're kind of moderate in size, and you're always in a forest. It's either a hardwood or a softwood forest. So you don't get to see out where you are that often, so it's almost like navigating in the fog as you're going along, so it's really challenging.
Yeah, I'm happy. That was bang on. Okay. So,
what's the plan here?
This is the CP.
Okay.
North Shore.
Yeah.
And we keep going out.
Okay.
Shoreline, I think, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there's all there to get it, but it's fairly flat. That's the good thing.
All the navigation on the trek sections, I had to be completely dialed in, 100 meters at a time, do the best you can, make sure it's like as accurate as possible, really reading the maps and understanding things. And if you're in that headspace that, okay, everything right now is all about those 100 meters, you can get through a lot, and that's exactly what materialized.
Adventure racing has shaped me who I am in a way, to be able to handle these challenges. I think any competitor, they'll be able to walk away from this weekend being fulfilled in some form or fashion, whether they complete the entire course and do well, or just the fact that they took part in such a unique opportunity to sort of have that understanding of being able to maybe push their own limit a little bit.
beautiful day. Holy moly moly.
You guys enjoying this too?
It's the end of September, beginning of October, and we were expecting cool weather, but they actually dealt with a little bit of heat. We had a phenomenal weekend of weather.
I thought the whole point of doing this in October was not have the heat.
Just rocky and lots of stumps. A couple of good spills.
Spilled red Gatorade everywhere.
All right, guys. Turn right. 500 meters. Looking for a trail going left through some cabins. Road signs are private. 500 meters running. 4 minutes.
Evening was creeping in as teams approached the transition to the bike leg. Navigational choices throughout the trek had really separated the pack. While the majority of the field would continue to trek into the early hours of the night, the top teams were jostling for position and pushing to reach the bike before sundown.
Oh man, who is that guy?
Seemed like the topo was particularly bad this time around, but I don't know. They're always bad. So we got through, and I don't know if we could have made it maybe a tiny bit faster, but maybe 5 or 10 minutes, so I can't complain.
Yes! I was waiting for these
dry stops. Took a little bit of extra. Missed a few turns, but I think nailed the back end of it. So that's always a good thing.
Let's go, team. Let's go, Una.
Teams that made it this far will begin a mountain bike leg in the early hours of the night. They'll be riding through a maze of bush roads and technical side trails with plenty of hike-a-bike and navigational challenges.
The biggest challenges they faced out there were really the cerebral, the mental side. You know, they're going through the night, not sleeping. They're tired, they're grumpy, they're trying to get along with each other and move as efficiently as possible.
Hang on, guys. A guy, excuse my language, but he screwed my pump. Oh, shit.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Thank you.
And then the mountain biking, they had a lot of really good trail, but then they had some just brutal ATV trail. It's just like mud holes and lots of carrying the bike and stuff like that.
The biking is, you're still riding as a team, but you got to do it yourself. And with that, I mean, yes, I was navigating and always thinking about what's, you know, where's the next turn and all that.
Where are we?
Fox Trail here, parking lot.
All right, let's try this one. But in between sort of some sections, you also have a chance to think about how you're feeling, what you're going through. And during that time, I was, thinking a lot about the girls and how they're, maybe watching me, racing or excited to hear about it, and thinking about Caroline. And that was tough because a little bit of me was always motivated to ensure that we finished. So there was that additional little bit of pressure to have that satisfaction and tell the girls that, during hard times, you can really get through a lot.
So that's the road there.
We're not lost then.
There's the road. Next left. Next left, it should be a ATV trail.
Teams that start to get negative at any point in the race, it kind of brings the whole team down. So those teams that stay positive, and we really see this even with the back of the pack teams, it's amazing. The positive teams, they end up finishing. It takes them a little bit longer, but they get through. But those teams that lose that positive outlook, they slide off pretty quickly.
Oh. It was like in there, it was like an entire stem of a leaf.
We're having a great time.
Yeah. We're just looking for the path, but like that's it, yeah.
And take it slow and steady. Don't get lost on the bike.
Yeah.
I'm 16, they're all 17.
So our classification for a junior team is you need at least one person under 18. Usually we have kids racing with their parents, a family friend, but usually there's only one, maybe two juniors on the team. This was a full team of juniors, so 4 of them taking it on their own in their first ever event like this.
It's been good. It's fun. It's fun, but
had some bike troubles, tried to fix them. It worked.
A few chains gone loose.
A few chains gone loose. And
it was tough. The mud was tough, but yeah.
It's a struggle.
It is a struggle.
We'll make it work.
The bike will be interrupted by a trek, short only in distance, but rendered slow and difficult due to the fact that this leg will be a complete bushwhack through dense woods under the cover of darkness.
And most teams were trekking in the dark for at least all of it or a good portion of that trek, which is probably the most challenging thing we do in wilderness traverse is nighttime trekking.
Yeah.
Huh?
360 north. You didn't even get a chance to eat a bar. Well, there was one moment where it completely broke down. I don't even know who it was, whether it was Adam or Kevin, but you know, there was a moment where I just sort of completely had a mental breakdown, and you know, one of them asked, "Are you okay?" And I said, you know, I didn't even say anything. I just shook my head, and the lights kind of bobbled, and yeah, one of them came up to me and gave me a big hug, and you know, I thanked the guys, and I told the guys that, you know, even before the race that this is important for me, and that's what you kind of want. You want to be able to rely on teammates when there's some highs and lows happening, and it's key to have a good, open, communicative dialogue amongst your teammates. We gotta get across the little creek here, guys. Sorry. Here again.
Woo! Yeah!
I'm following my back of the pack teams here. It's hard to say what's gonna happen. They're there. They haven't even got to TA2 yet. And these guys are almost at the finish. I'm gonna suggest 8 hours if the back of the pack goes all the way through. These guys over here are all on the short course back.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna go back and do the way we just came and then head back towards the finish line, yeah. Training.
Well, it's my first time.
Yeah, training's minimal. I want these guys to have a good experience. Bob certainly put together an obtainable race.
Usually it takes the new teams, like a rookie team, it takes them 1 or 2 or maybe 3 times before they get a finish. So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of little tricks you can do to help your team speed along, and especially on the navigation side. Usually teams have one strong navigator, so for them to figure out how to navigate in the Ontario backcountry is a big part of it.
Wasn't feeling good before, but let's not talk about that. Yeah, so we're trying this race it's like Super Size Me, but a wilderness traverse style. So,
not we, he is.
Me. Only McDonald's all race. It's the secret sauce, I think. That's, so far, well, the jury's still out with how it's going.
little ahead of schedule.
We're having fun.
And we're having fun, yeah. And we're on the move.
Back on the bike, teams will follow good roads to the last transition area, where they will begin the final push to the finish line.
Could be fun. That mud trail was something else. They survived the hike-a-bike and a little bit of dirt in the brakes.
Check in there. Thank you. U-Haul to the right. Let's go right up to U-Haul.
Yeah, after the left there, guys. Yeah.
Team Raid Pulse, who had been leading most of the race, entered the final transition area, with the winners of the past 2 editions, Team Peaks and Trails Running Series, just 10 minutes behind, and Team Bend Racing hot on their heels. With one final Bushwhack Trek remaining, it was still anyone's race.
Tight race. We are with the same team since the start.
Here, Gatorade. Take the Gatorade.
So on the other side, we're already on the other side. So yeah, we did the trail.
Oh, I'm so glad that bike's over. It's chilly too.
How long is this like?
10-10.
Well, at one point in the last trek, we made up 28 minutes.
I know. So let's do it again.
This is our specialty now at night.
Nice work, gentlemen. Nice work.
Let's do this. All right, guys.
Oh, that was rough.
Guys, over this way, guys.
Yeah, it was good. Good trek. Nice day rush.
Any navigational mistakes made on the final bushwhack could ultimately prove costly as teams jostle for position and a full course finish.
Are we feeling good and like interested in a jog? Or are we like, hey, we're just in a power walk anyway, so let's crash to the bush?
Beat up.
Well, you did it.
No way.
Oh
my God.
Let me just say, you have not been in first all race until now.
Sure, guys.
I can't believe it.
Oh, goodness.
This is a battle.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Holy.
Are we finished?
Are we second?
Man, what a battle.
Good job.
Non-stop, eh? Holy shit.
Good. It's one of the
Great racing against you guys.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Good job, guys.
all day together.
The top teams moved well. I don't think anyone ran a perfect race, but there was a really good battle between 3 teams up until the last trekking leg. And then that trek really separated them just in the dark. It's like the hardest thing they do at wilderness traverses, bushwhacking in the dark, trying to find the checkpoints. So that was kind of expected.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you,
Awesome,
Bob.
guys. We have some short course teams. They should be in about an hour, a little bit more, and then the rest of the teams seem to have slowed a fair bit on that trek, so they might be still a couple more hours before they're going to get in here. But pretty much from now until 2 p.m., there's going to be teams trickling in on various courses trying to get to the finish line here. So yeah, there's still a lot going on back in the course.
Wasn't easy. Overcame a few challenges, a few navigational difficulties, but collectively figured it out. Going in, I was not sure what to expect, and coming out, I was emotionally pleased and mentally satisfied with the results. I think everyone can benefit from a little bit of hardship to really recognize how, if they really need to dig deep, accomplish certain challenges or experiences, that I think it's all within us. But I think the important thing is that when you put your mind to something, anything's possible as far as overcoming adversity.
If an event like this kind of piques your interest, you think it might be for you, just jump in, just try it, sign up, give it a go. You're gonna have fun along the way. You're gonna learn a lot. It's a great time. We got a lot of teams come back year after year after year, and they get hooked. It's a really fun sport, something fun to do for a weekend. So yeah, give it a go, sign up.
It'd be amazing if everyone one day does try an adventure race, because you may surprise yourself how you can really dig deep inside and push through a lot of challenges, and it might seem a little bit wild to an outsider, but when you get right into it, it's truly a joy and quite the experience to partake in.